and please get one answer before you leave because this is an interesting conversation. Which part of Israel is occupied Palestine?
All of Israel.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So what you're calling for is the obliteration of the state of Israel, and all of this is just a cover for that. I appreciate your time.
Good job, Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro definitely always does his thing when he goes on these college campuses. Let me tell you something. He brings the ruckus, he brings the argument, he brings everything. He shuts down these college students hard and fast. Okay, they can't stand against the Shapiro and his facts. But I'm going to say it again, people, please. Why can't he debate an adult who has their facts under control? And what would even be better is to debate another Jewish person. You know what I'm saying? So it could just be all about Jewish people debating. I think he would love that, right? Like, why don't he debate Norman Finkelstein, who has called him out again?
Mr. Shapiro, you know so much. Why don't you debate me? Where's the problem? You like to debate college students. I suppose you debate people in their second trimester. But how about debating an adult who studied it? They won't. Complete cowards. Cowards and criminals.
Why won't he debate Norman Finkelstein? I would absolutely love to see it, because maybe Ben could actually bring Norman Finkelstein to understand where he's coming from. I think that this is something that needs to happen. He keeps calling him out, and the more and more Ben Shapiro keeps getting called out by Norman Finkelstein, he doesn't answer. It makes him look like he has no argument. It makes him look like he can't stand on what he's saying. Yes, it does, because you should have your thoughts questioned. You should, or you should be able to. I mean, he goes and he does debates anyway. I don't have to explain why he should do a debate. He does debates anyway. The problem is he's doing them with these kids. Let's talk to somebody who's well versed in this conversation of Palestine. Viva Frey, another Jewish man, and I do say this because apparently it's relevant to the situation. It's like, you know, God forbid if you're not Jewish and you're calling out Ben Shapiro, they might call you anti-S. I've had my fair share of that this past month. But anyway, Viva Frey said, everything you say of Hamas is right. The problem is that others say the exact same of Netanyahu when it comes to deceit being a tactic to achieve the end goal of never achieving a two-state solution, which is true. And further expanding Israeli territory, I think it's pretty incontrovertible that Netanyahu does not want a two-state solution. And to the extent that you rightly take issue with Biden releasing billions of money to Iran under the guise of humanitarian aid, that's not what happened too, by the way. So too, she meant to put double O, should you have the issue with Netanyahu government facilitating cash transfers to Gaza? So Viva is a little bit more realistic about this conversation. And now it's becoming apparent that Gazans who have fled will never be returning to the land from which they fled. That land will either become Israeli, autocorrect is a horrible thing, territory, and or an extended buffer zone, as Israel is going to expect the rest of the world to take in refugees as per a leaked memo. And what, he must have been typing real fast. Why won't he even talk to this guy? Do you not see how people will understandably take issue with tactics and outcome? Do you not see how people will accuse Netanyahu of the very same tactic you yes, 6 countries and entities that can contribute to the solution of the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And of course, on top all the time is the United States. And here it is. Possible contribution, assistance in promoting the initiative in front of many countries, of course, including exerting pressure on Egypt, Turkey, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the Emirates to contribute the initiative of resources and absorption of displaced persons. The thing is, so what would happen is we would be first in taking in these people and then telling other countries they got to take them in too. That's what's being leaked here. And this is not shocking because, as usual, like I was, you know, America has this really unquestionable alliance with Israel that if you even question it, you are automatically a quote anti-S, right? Why do we need to? This is what we've been doing. We've been taking in refugees from places that we keep displacing people from their homes, and then we take them in, and then they don't want to come here. You know, everybody knows that Netanyahu had funded Hamas. There it is right here. So he had allowed the money to go in. He funded it. You know what I'm saying? Because then he wanted to keep the conflict going in Gaza and with Palestine. It's just always the same thing. It reminds me of American politics too. All the time, we fund our enemies, and then we get mad that that we let the cat out of the bag that we couldn't put back in. But anyway, a lot of people are calling out Ben Shapiro. They want him to debate an adult, not a child. So I'd like to see that, but who knows what will happen. At the end of the day, it's up to him, whatever he decides to do. I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.